Greetings, class. This is a tutorial on how to animate your text using Adobe Animate. First off, you'll need your type tool. So you click on the T, and you have the option to either click and drag or just click. I just click, so I get a single width text frame, and I'm going to type out A, B, and C. And I think I'm going to, because this is title type, it's probably a good idea for me to make it nice and big, so I'm going to choose a fat font like Impact. The next step is very important. That is to take your type and convert it into a symbol, and that has several steps to it. The first step, once you're happy with the way your title looks, would be to right click it and click Break Apart. And that'll break it apart so there's actually 3 text frames there. The next step would be to break it apart again. Now, all 3 have become individual shapes. From here, I'm zooming in a little closer, pressing Control Spacebar to do that. I'm going to click the A, right click, and convert to symbol. And from now on, I'll just press F8 to convert the other 2 to symbols. Click that, and I'm going to put A in there. Press B, click F8 on my keyboard, and then type in B. Again, this is getting converted to a symbol, F8, and this is C. Press OK, and if I look in my library, you see I've got an A, a B, and a C. The other trick, which you're going to like, this saves a lot of time, if I'm animating individual letters, is to select all 3 symbols. Then I'm going to right click and choose Distribute to Layers. And there you have it. I'm going to put these in the order I guess I'm just being picky, but A, B, C. This layer here has nothing on it anymore, so I'm going to click it, go and press the delete button, and there we go. We've got our ABC right there. Now, how do we animate these? Well, in class and in your if you're in a face-to-face, that is, and for your video watching this week, you should have learned about motion tweens. So we're going to use a motion tween to animate these guys. First step is going to be to convert all 3 of these layers, right? I click these 3 keyframes. I'm going to right click and convert them all into motion tweens, is what it's called. You saw that it actually added frames all the way out here to 1 second. And that's perfectly fine with me. So the way this is going to work is I'm actually going to make these appear from off screen. What I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and back off. I'm pressing Control Spacebar Alt. I could press Control Minus. There's a lot of ways to do this, or Control Wheel Mouse. I'm going to select ABC here and go over here and click the Transform tool. The keystroke for that is Q, and blow these up like so. There we go. Center them right up in the middle. All right, and I will start by taking ABC up here. Actually, that's backwards. Whenever you move a tween, let me back this up, you have to select the frame that you want to move it on. Now I'll resize it here. Sorry, let me do it again. Resize it here and move it up here. Great. Notice I had selected this area. My next step is going to be for these to slowly drop down. While I'm up here, I'm going to select these 3, then go to the Properties panel. And in my Properties, I'm going to choose Color Effect and set that to Alpha, and take the alpha all the way down to 0. They will disappear. The next step is going to be to animate them dropping down. As they drop down, I'm going to convert them over to 100% alpha. Let's start off with number 1 here. On 10 seconds, we'll say, I want the A to drop, and I'm going to select the A, take the alpha up to 100. So it's going to drop at this point right down to here. Then on frame 15, I'm going to take the alpha up on the B to 100, and it's going to drop down to here. And on the C, I guess Will's going to be late. Sorry about that. The C, I'm going to set that to 100 and then drop it down to here. I did do that on the wrong frame. Let me see if I can't select that and move it. I wanted to do that elsewhere. Let me press Control Z. I'll do that on frame 20 instead. So on frame 20, I'll select the C, take that up to 100%, and then drop it down to here. There you go. Okay. I'm also noticing the B looks a little off here from the A, but I'm just going to leave it like this. As you can see how these guys are dropping in just like that. A, B, C. Just like the song. There you have it. These guys have been animated so that they come down. I've animated their movement, and I've also animated their opacities. Now to make sure it sits for a minute after these letters drop in, I'll go out here, we'll make this a 2-second animation, and I will add a frame. Even though technically this is still a motion tween, that is it. That's all I have to do. The last step is going to be to convert this into an animated GIF. So to do that, I'll go to Export and Export Animated GIF. By the way, when you're in here right now, this for me is set to 32. Make sure transparency is not turned on. You don't need that. And you're probably going to see 256 selected. If you want to make your file size smaller, you can take that down. Small as 32. It probably won't hurt anything. And my window's a little smaller than yours. Let me shrink it down, see if I can't show you something else. Nope, it won't let me make it any smaller. But down here at the bottom, which I can't reach, you can press Save, and you can submit your homework. I changed my resolution for this video, and it's not letting me see the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to go adjust that after the video's over. But that's a summary of some of what we're going over this week. I hope that helps.